The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Supernatural. Magic. Ghosts. UFOs. Bigfoot. Extraterrestrial. Psychic energy.
The Calling.
And good evening, everyone. This is Jerry with The Calling. And with me, of course, is Willow, my co-host. And it's bummer, but Kimberly had a ton of things going on. And so Kimberly is not able to be on tonight. So she looked really frazzled when we seen her, didn't she, Willow?
Yes, she did. I felt bad for her.
I know, me too. It's like the poor thing. You know, gosh. And you dodged a big bullet there, didn't you?
Yes, a Cat 2 bullet. Yeah.
Like the cat in the chat room? No.
Well, no, more like the Sally Category 2 hurricane.
Yeah. Yeah, it pretty much was like a day before it switched over, and you guys didn't have to worry about it then.
I kept asking all my witchy friends, push it east, make it diminish, and push it east. Well, it didn't diminish, but they did get it to push east. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But New Orleans can't handle 3 feet of water. We'd have 20 feet of water, because that's just what would happen here.
Now, in your city, do they have those giant, like, doors they shut around the city? Or
yes. The floodgates, yeah. As a matter of fact, I am, like, near, like, 3 of them. So we were even worried about storm surge even without having the actual hurricane hit. So it was scary. I mean, we still had surge warnings even after the hurricane warning had ended.
Right. So now, how did they, right outside that, though, there's people's houses.
Yep, I wouldn't live over there.
Wow. So not everybody gets protected. And how did they figure how to put those big floodgates in?
I don't know. I don't work for the Army Corps of Engineers.
Oh, well, I know. I'm just
I let them do their thing.
It's like they had a lottery, and, we're only going to go so far, and you're screwed.
Right.
And get scuba gear, we'll send you a mask. Yeah.
Well, and it's weird, but it's more like the marinas and those types of things that are on the other side. I'm sure there's a few people's homes, but I would never live in a home on the other side of the floodgate.
Yeah.
As it is, I live next to the levee. I'm like a half a block from the levee.
Wow.
But they've just redone it, and I keep watching them working on it. So I think we're good over here. But yeah, kind of crazy.
Do they really work, or do they still, you get a lot of water in?
I don't anymore. They raised my house 4 feet up last year in December. So I had gotten flooded 4 times since I lived here. I'm in a very low place and a floodplain. So, yeah.
There's a thing called moving.
I know, but I really loved the house. And
I love the house. I don't care if it gets, flooded. It's nice. It cleans the inside.
It was really weird, but when I moved in here, a neighbor drove by as I was moving in, and they said, "You don't want to move in there. The place floods." And I'm like, what? It was supposed to be disclosed, and it wasn't to me. The landlord never told me. So I contacted him. He goes, "Well, I'll give you your deposit back." And I'm like, "Well, I really like the house." He goes, "Just be prepared." And he goes, and everything got changed. They changed all of the drainage outside. Everything is supposed to be working now. And I'm like, okay. So all the furniture I bought was metal, and my bed is 20 inches off the ground, and like everything was metal.
Wow.
Literally. Yeah. Or things that I could just like thrifted and I could just throw out and get new. I mean, that's how I lived up until December of this last year.
That's crazy. I could never live in such a place.
Yeah, but for the price, I had to look at price in this area. It's so expensive to live here that like everywhere else I was looking was $1,500 a month and more. And this is under $1,000. I'm like, I'll take it.
Wow. Well,
and I
that's
worked
because
with
of the
it.
water.
Yeah, but it didn't go up, and now I'm 4 feet up in the air, and I don't flood anymore.
Oh,
So-
I'll be darned.
And now I got a nice yard and a garden and everything. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so now tonight, this evening, we're going to be doing things a little bit different. Now, like I just said, Kimberly's not on tonight. She has a ton of work to do. So it's going to be Willow and I. Now, Willow's going to be doing some readings for people, like 3 of them, 2, 3.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how fast we can do them. If
Okay.
they're good, they better be some good questions.
There may be 30 of them now. Okay.
Well, then they can contact me after the show, and we'll set up a scheduled appointment.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Now, one of the things I'm kind of curious about, and I think a lot of people are curious about, what is difference between having psychic insight or psychic sight?
Okay.
What's the big difference in that?
Well, from what I would say is if you are a psychic, you may see things, so that would be more sight. It's kind of like getting pictures, okay? But you might just have feelings. That would be more insight.
Okay. And
All
which
right.
one's more common, the sight or the insight?
Most people would have insight. Most people would just feel an intuition, a gut feeling that don't do that, or this is a great thing. That would be more common. For me, I have multiple things going on, and people have different gifts. And it's generally people are going to have more than one gift. It's just kind of different combos. And for me, I have the mediumship and the psychic part. And for me, spirits send me visions of things I need to see, and guides and higher beings send me messages like almost like an audible, like somebody else's voice, and not schizophrenic, but somebody else's voice in my head. So I'm hearing messages. So I get like all of it thrown at me. And yeah, I do have that insight as well. If I feel like anxious about something, I will start doing a reading to figure out what is it coming that I'm feeling. Like even with the pandemic, I kind of sensed there was something coming for months. And lots of the psychics that I knew, we all were getting this gut feeling about these changes, this shift, and we weren't sure, but it didn't feel good. You know, it wasn't like, yay, and enlightenment. No, it was like ominous. And we kept feeling that. So, yeah, we get all of them sometimes. You know, it's not like one or the other. Sometimes they throw it all at us at once.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to give an example here of something, and you tell me, is it sight, insight, is it psychic or psychic medium? Okay, because those two things are different too. Psychic medium is more rare. And can a person be psychic medium but only at certain times to where they're just more than psychic? And well, let me tell you, what happened. So you and I talked about this already, but last night, I was extremely tired. I drove 4 hours with one of the members of SIM, and we did a clearing on a person's land, and it was awesome. It was really great.
Oh,
so
cool.
Here I am. I'm beat. I get back to the apartment here, and I go to bed early, which is 9:30, 10 o'clock, and snoring out of both ends. And all of a sudden, I get this nightmare, and this nightmare starts where I'm in bed, and all of a sudden they're standing there at my bed, and I wake up real quick, and I'm looking, and I'm thinking, what is this? This is very, very strange, that I'm seeing this. And then it was gone, and I'm like, okay, I actually seen it, because now I'm sitting up, and I mean, I'm totally awake. Mm-hmm. And so then I get up, get a glass of water and stuff. I go back to bed, and just in a few minutes later, that person is back in my subconscious, I guess, in my dream state. And he looks just like Floki from Vikings. I know a lot of you people out there know the show Vikings, and it's just so odd to see him. But it's not Floki, just looks like him. He's extremely suicidal. There's signs on him that talks about him. He's suicidal. He was in prison. It didn't say exactly why. It said just all sorts of things about him, drug use, stuff like that, and everything. And then all of a sudden he's gone. So now I'm awake, and the first thing Steve just said, Steve B, something followed you home. That's what I thought. I thought it was something followed me home. And I really didn't pay nothing to it or nothing like that, though I did go out and smudge. So yeah. I'm sitting here and I'm on Facebook, and all of a sudden I take a look, and a friend of mine on Facebook says, I'm getting married. And I'm like, oh, good for you. And then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I was just talking to her 2 months ago, and she doesn't have a boyfriend or anything like that. I thought that's really strange. So I took a look at this person's name. It's Floki. It's that guy that looks just like Floki. And he is suicidal. He says in there that people don't think that he's strong enough, but he is strong enough, and he can do it any time that he wishes. He talks about being in prison. He talks about his drug use. And the thing is, with all this that he's talking about is on the same thing, and the girl he's about to marry, who is actually a friend of mine, even says, I can't wait because it's going to be like till death do we part. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. This is bizarre, because it's like, I don't think she understands or something. I can't understand why she would be with such a person, with all this stuff going on. So, should I say something to her? Because where I used to live at this hotel a couple years back is when I started really coming out with being able to see things. And I was thinking, should I call her? Should I talk to her? Should I do that, or should I just let it go? And maybe the day before she dies, I'll have another sighting and then tell her, hey, you're going to die tomorrow, or what? I mean, what do you think I should do?
I would not tell her exactly what you saw. And I would also not tell her that you kind of trolled his page. I wouldn't do that. What I would say is contact her to see how she's doing, and just tell her you were having some strange feelings, picking up on some psychic things, and you were kind of concerned about her well-being. And that's all I would say. I wouldn't say don't get married. I wouldn't say anything like that. But by giving her that much, maybe it'll make her think before she goes through with it. Okay. That sounds good. What about you people out there in the chat room? What do you think? Oh, Kat, may not do any good. She may never believe it, but at your own peace of mind, I'd say something. At least you know you tried. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, I like that. And we also have an email here from one of the troops. That's interesting. They said, well, they're not actually talking about what I just said, but they would like to be one of the people that you choose to do a reading on.
I know I've been picking that up all day, by the way. I
Oh,
knew it was, I knew one of the troops were going to call or text. I
yeah,
knew
easy,
that.
well,
Yeah.
emailed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so,
I knew it. I'm like, no, there's somebody that needs something.
right, right. Oh, and Steffi is saying, maybe tell her you have a bad feeling about this. You saw something not good. That I think that's what I'm going to go with actually, because she used to always ask me there, what do you see, and stuff like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
stop it. I hated it, when it first started happening and stuff. Who this guy anyway? Is he okay? No, this guy is not okay. I mean, I'm not going to say his name and put it out there for everybody, but he is extremely scary looking guy. And again, like I said, he looks like Floki from, from what did I just say it was?
Vikings.
Yeah, Floki, but he was very scary looking guy. Just
Yeah,
it's just weird.
I felt serial killer when I
Yeah,
saw
well, yeah,
the
I
picture.
showed you the picture
That's the first
of
thing I
him.
went, oh, that's not good.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. All right, thank you, Steph. Thank you, Kat, also. Okay, so that's cool. And so your thoughts on medium and then, or psychic and psychic medium. Two separate things. The way I understand it is that a psychic medium is more rare than a psychic.
I wouldn't say so much rare. It's just psychics are going to see things in this realm that may happen. A medium is the go-between. So going between the other world, the other dimensions, and this one. So we're picking up messages from deceased people. We're picking up messages from other dimensions, from higher beings, things like that.
Okay. And wow, we got a lot of people sending questions. This is great. This is on Facebook. You guys can put them out here in the chat or from the chat room too, but they're not from no messages from the chat room. But okay, that's interesting. So what would I be then? What would I be considered? Because it only happens once in a while, not all the time.
What I'm picking up for you is you are a sensitive, and you're getting prophetic dreams. So you're picking up dreams, right? Like seeing things, picking up that energy, knowing that this is a bad situation. That's what you're getting. So you're more, what it would be, more clairsentient and with the ability to see prophecy in dreams.
Okay.
So you've got other gifts.
Okay. Interesting. And can that actually come out? Does that come out in time, or can that come out in places that changed, that your lifestyle changed? And then can it come out that way?
It's going to come out generally when you go through major life transitions. We'll pick up on things. If you've been real ill, even if it's not in your death experience, you may go through some really bad times. And when you start getting better, you start noticing that you're more, sensitive to things and picking up on things more. That's when I normally would see that with other people. That's what a lot of my clients will come to me and ask, I just went through all this stuff and now I'm like having these dreams and I'm seeing things out of the corner of my eye and, things like that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, interesting. Okay. So, Steve B is asking, what is it when just new knowledge comes into your mind?
New knowledge, like you just know something that you didn't know before, or like something that nobody knows, like Tesla came up with, I can pull energy out of the atmosphere, kind of new thing.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure which he wants, because it would be two different things. Just having new knowledge, I feel like it's almost downloading from the source to get information that's going to help mankind or that person receiving the message.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Let's see here, Kat. Why no one has a show called Psychic Medium at Large? Or better yet, Small Psychic Medium at Large. She's just a rip,
I used to be small, now I'm a medium.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. So, should we just get into it then?
Yeah, let's see what
Okay.
kind of questions they have. We'll do one at a time. I need their first name.
Okay. All right. So, is it okay if we do one of the troops here first?
Yeah.
Okay. His name is William.
Okay.
He says that he still has another year left to go, and his back home, his father has noticed some things in his breathing, and he has gone in and they said that it is not COVID, but they feel it's something else, and he's not sane. Is it anything that you feel that is serious, or is it something that he should just not worry about? Because it's going to be a while before he's back.
Right.
Back home.
Let me connect.
Okay. Okay, while she's doing that, I'll just kind of keep the conversation going here. Is there anybody in the chat room here that would like to have a question done? And Kat is saying, you mean when Psychic picks up new info, not from you during a reading, Steve? Oh, okay. She's talking to Steve there. All right.
Okay. First off, I kept getting the name Sam or Samuel today, and I don't know if this is connected to William. Okay, and I don't know what his father's name is, but that was picked up with somebody that is one of the troops. Okay, I just picked that up today, and I don't know who it was. Okay, I just wanted to get that out there for anybody that might be listening. But what I am seeing here, whatever it is that's going on with William's father, it looks like he's going to get to make some decisions about his health and how he proceeds with it. But I'm seeing that he's going to be proactive and he's going to take care of it. So it could be something serious, but it looks like it's going to be under control. And I don't see anything, turning out horrible. I think he's going to be going in the right direction by going in and getting checked, and let them do some tests. But I'm not seeing a horrible, tragic ending here. I'm feeling like they're just going to make some decisions, and that's how it's going to be handled.
Okay. That same soldier just got back to me. His dad is Samuel.
Okay.
Okay, so wow.
Yeah,
so
I picked that up while I was putting my makeup on.
Oh, it takes makeup to get a reading out of you.
Sometimes I have to look at my face.
Gotcha. Okay, we actually have another one here. Are you ready? Or
Yep.
Okay, so let's see now. A bunch of girls are going to be going out into the woods this weekend. Okay. What are they going to find? Are they going to find anything of significant value research?
Okay, let me check.
Okay. Let's see what she says. And then we have, let's see here. Come on, computer. Let's see now. So we have, you mean a psychic picks up a new, okay. Steve, something totally off the wall that actually happens, but not my idea or a thought. And Ceiling Cat about kitties. All right. Keep those kitties covered.
Okay, so I think the ladies are going to be pleasantly surprised with something that they find. This is giving them an opportunity to hone their skills even more, for one thing. But their actions are going to be very important. So they have to be more aware, like not like I'm feeling they need to have more silent time. They need to pay attention. There's some lessons coming with this. And it's going to take them on a new adventure.
Okay.
Something brand new that they have not captured before.
Okay, so they're going to get eaten, or someone's going to possibly get eaten.
I don't think they're going to get eaten, but I think they could capture something on video or audio.
Really?
Yeah.
Very interesting. There you go, person in the chat room.
And I'm also seeing a stick being thrown.
Really?
Not a rock, a stick.
Okay.
Or a log.
All right.
Yeah, wood.
Wood. Okay. Very interesting. I'm very curious about this one to see what happens. And you notice I didn't say who it was, but I pretty much think everybody knew who it was in the chat room.
But I wasn't looking at the chat room, so I'm getting the messages from you.
Gotcha. Okay. And it looks like here Kat's asking if you're ready. Are you ready for another one?
Yep.
Okay. So she's asking, give any information on where my missing cats are.
Her missing cats?
Right.
Kitty cats?
Yep.
Okay. How many are there?
Let's see here. How many do we have? So we'll wait for Kat to tell us that. There's always a little delay. Steph is saying we'll have to be quick on our feet. Yeah, log being thrown at you, or maybe
a stick.
Fault. Yeah. So that's very interesting. Very interesting. I'll put more of the medical stuff in the bag for you, just in case. Okay, Kat just says they're missing, and there's 2 of them.
Well, they're with a third cat.
Oh.
They found a friend. Okay, I keep seeing 3 cats. That's why I kept asking, how many cats, because I keep seeing 3 cats together. Okay. If they've been missing before, look in a location that you found them before, or a place that they are familiar with. I'm feeling like go back to the old place.
Okay.
That's just something that's coming up. Also, try not to worry about them as much. Ask for divine protection on them. They are not injured, but this would keep them safe. And also, I feel a man may have something or know something about where they're at. Like he might be feeding them. They may have shown up on his doorstep. If they're friendly, he could have opened the door and let them in. But if they want out, they're going to sneak back out. Okay? Try not to worry so much. They're not injured, but I think he has a cat, and I think that's why the other 2 showed up.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're close enough now, guys. Let's go on break, and we will be back in 2 or 3 minutes.
This is Matt Moneymaker.
And this is Hoyt Velarde.
And you are listening to The Calling on ParaX.com.
Hey there. I don't know if you've heard, but there's a great new radio show on ParaX. 2 hosts, 1 hour, and too much fun. Stephanie and Heidi not only talk about the latest goings-on in the supernatural worlds, they live it. They want to hear from you. They want to help you understand and guide you. And they want you to tune in. So, Grab a friend or come alone to gather around that metaphysical table with Heidi and Stephanie. If you're interested in the worlds of the unseen, tune in to the Gathering Radio Show, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Para X Radio.
Geek ladies Sean and Victoria from Exploring the Paranormal with Geeks Paranormal are at it again with another amazing season full of paranormal celebrity interviews with amazing guests and stories of haunted locations and so much more. You will hear it first on Para X. Tune in Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central. You will not be disappointed.
You haunted by shadow people in the middle of the night?
Do you secretly love all things creepy and spooky, enjoying ghost stories and horror fiction from the best storytellers?
Do you have a true ghost experience you want to share, but no one will believe you?
If yes, listen to the professionals on What Are You Afraid Of? Horror Paranormal Show Friday nights at 9 p.m. on Para X Radio and at www.whatareyouafraidofpodcast.com.
What are you afraid of on Para X?
Our creepy and demented hosts are on call to provide you with all your spooky needs with true ghost stories, interviews, indie music, and new horror fiction. We are ready to scare you.
Para X.
And we are back, everyone. This is Jerry with the Calling, along with the one, the only Willow Le Machant. And hey, this is Para X, and this is the Calling. And our show tonight, if you missed the first half and want to hear the rest of it, actually you can come to our website, www.thecallingradioshow.com, tomorrow, say about 4-ish, around there, and I'll have the whole thing on. Also, it'll also be on our YouTube channel, The Calling Radio Show. We'll have it put up in there also, too. And if you do go there and decide to listen to it, excellent. Thank you. Many shows on there. There's over 30-some shows. Hit the subscribe button and then ding that little bell so that anything that gets put on there in the future automatically notifies you so you can hear some great shows that are on Para X. Para X has got a ton of them. You got The Gathering every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you have, oh my gosh, right after our show is Geeks Paranormal. They're cool, man. They're pretty cool. So stick around with that. And every day there's always really good shows on. Stick around, listen to some of them. You might even learn something. You could possibly learn something, so excellent. Okay, so again, Kimberly is off tonight, and it's just Willow and I, and Willow has been doing a couple of readings, a few readings. I think we're going to go with more right now. And you can also, Willow, what is your Facebook or your website?
Well, you can find me on my website at willowlemachant.com. Just my whole name spelled out, no spaces. Also, I'm on Facebook on Willow Le Machant Spiritual Services. And I have a new page now called Awakened Lives. And I'm going to be doing a live Facebook stream on Thursday nights at 7 with another psychic that lives near me, and her name is Gem Visconti. So we're going to be doing some really cool shows too, just doing a live stream on Facebook. So you can find me there as well.
That's funny. Right after she says as well, and she does this Cheshire Cat smile. And in case you guys didn't see it, I'm just letting you guys know it was there. So now this woman that you're doing the live with, is that the one that's going to be coming on the show, but not until
No, that's somebody else.
That's somebody else.
Yeah, that's a different one. That friend of mine, well, she's also a psychic and a medium, but that's in October.
Oh, okay. And also, too, next week, you guys, we're going to be doing some little contests. You could win things. And what we're going to have is the Calling radio show masks, face masks, that we're going to be giving out to people. But there's going to be some like some quizzes and stuff like that. We're going to see how well you know the calling. Some of you have been listening for years, which is great. And by listening to the calling, you should know certain things. You should know who wrote our theme song. We've said it many times. What are each one of the things said during our theme song? And who is talking on our theme song? Those are 3 questions right there that we're going to be asking for next week. So let's see if anybody can come up with it. And we can't have one person be multiple winners. No. You can't go and blurt it out so someone else can say it. So, but let's have some fun with that. It'll be a pretty good time. And then what else was I going to say? But I can't remember. Oh goodness, I have no idea. And do we know the name of the host? That's right, Jerry and Wimberly. And yes, I'm demented. Okay, so that was pretty cool. So now you were talking about Facebook. Now I'm going to kind of go off on a little tangent here. So when you talked about Facebook, have you had anything happen to you where you put something on your Facebook? And this is the first time it happened to me, and I'm kind of insulted by it. And it was just about the UFO that was seen over Jersey. And someone on my Facebook answered it with, "Oh, I'm sure it's a blimp." And I said, "Yeah, that's what I was thinking." That's what I said. You know, they actually blocked it. And they fact checked it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that pretty much I can't say that. And it's like, are you kidding me? With all these political ones they got out there. And yet I don't see that being put on that. But a stupid one about a UFO seen over New Jersey. And that's...
But they probably didn't just do it to you. It's anybody that put that one out there that shared it. So it's not just an individual got you, Jerry kind of thing. It's we got anybody that posted that, which is stupid because, I mean, let's face it. They've already admitted that UFOs are real. They've already admitted that they've had contact with extraterrestrials. So what's the big deal now?
Right.
It's kind of silly. This isn't 1947, folks. Come on.
Exactly. I hear you. Okay, so
the past.
So now I have 2 questions from 2 different of the troops. This is interesting. Okay. Geez. This one's interesting. This one, I don't know if you want to do this. So one of the troops is asking that his wife, he's been in now for 3 years, and he has gone back home and everything, and there's been good times and everything. So he's got children with her. She's not currently pregnant or anything like that, but her letters are not like they used to be.
Okay.
And they're very few and far between. Do you think something's going on? Should we even ask you to look into that? I mean,
I will look. I will see what I see.
Okay.
I mean, we're not using names, so
right.
So,
well, his first name is Daryl.
Daryl. Okay.
Daryl. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of Daryls out there in the military, so I think we're okay.
Yeah.
I think we're okay. All right.
God, I wouldn't want to know the answer to this. I just want to go home. That's what I want.
All right.
So we got Snooky is in the chat room. Snook, do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions that's in the chat room? Let us know. And she's kind of working her magic. I think that's Eye of Newt she's throwing around. Something like that. Oh, it's a live chicken. It was a live chicken. Yuck. Okay, that's gross. Oh, and there goes the cards.
Okay, well, I do not see any other person involved. Okay. What I do see is distance is difficult on any relationship. So the strength when you go home is going to need to be rebuilt and get stronger again. It's just because you haven't been there, and we're going through the COVID stuff, and she's probably really overwhelmed taking care of children, trying to do everything. And I think that's what's going on here. She's just really stressed out. But I'm not seeing anybody else coming in and getting in the way.
Okay. All right. Very good. We'll see what he says here in a little bit. So let's go to the next one. Okay. We're going to do, well, let's do Steve's first. Steve makes this spray, and this spray is really good. We've used it. You know, a lot of people have used it, and Snooki has used it, and she swears by it, along with many of the clients that I have. As a matter of fact, Steve, it's funny, I was going to have you send somebody some stuff too that actually needs some more, but every time I try to send it out, some reason they won't send liquid, you know. I don't know. Maybe you can just give me some advice and I could send it. Anyway, he's asking, what is the future of his, which he calls My Serenity spray, his spray? What's the future of that? Is it something that he should keep doing, or is it something maybe he should just, you know, give it time, or maybe it's just for like conventions or something like that?
Well, what I see for you, Steve, is that it's a very good match, and I think it's the beginning of something that's going to pay off. I'm getting some really good vibes of like some more potential business opportunities regarding this spray, and it could, you know, build you up some extra cash. I mean, I'm really seeing it. It looks like a good product, and that it has a future.
Okay. Oh, very good. That's interesting. That's good. Okay, so we got one more here from the troop. Are you ready for this one?
Yep.
Okay. So he says that he was to be released. Oh, this is a Minnesota boy. He was to be released this month, and he was actually going to be a guest on the calling. We were going to make a special stop for space for him and everything. But now that he found out that they are keeping him there until after the election. So does this mean that there could be something going on in needing troops somewhere or something like that? What do you think? Because they won't answer anything for him. They just said that. So I don't even know if he should even ask that. Really?
No, I think we should.
Okay.
I think we should ask. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Joshua.
Okay.
Wow. You got some stuff going on there, and I'm sure it's the cats.
It's a new moon.
Oh, it's new moon. We're going to talk about that after this, exactly what kind of stuff that a new moon can actually do to people or even animals. And, you know, we always talk about animals, things happening to animals, but, you know, also fish. What kind of things? Mars is in retrograde. Darn that, Mars. Crazy things happening. Yeah, I suppose. That could be maybe why I got the nightmare last night.
Okay. Well,
okay.
Yes, it could be part of that.
Yeah.
What I am getting for Joshua is there are a lot of people involved in this decision. Sorry, my two cats are attacking a lizard on the window of the front door.
Ew.
And I'm sorry. It's outside. It's just they are trying to get it. So there are lots of people involved in this situation. And because of that, that's what they're keeping the troops in place for. I don't see a conflict. I see them trying to make this situation appear like we have strength. So they don't want to pull the troops. They want the strength.
Okay. All right. And the email came back from the second guy saying that he feels much better, and that's what his mom's been saying too, but he said since we were doing this tonight, it never hurts to ask. Well, it actually does hurt to ask, dude, because what if she said yes? What are you going to do then? You would be freaking out. So certain questions like that, I feel when you're thousands of miles away, you should not ask. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat room? Do you guys think that somebody that's far away like that and everything else where they can't make it home, it's always good not to ask something like this? We'll see what they say. So, okay, so now, be nice. I'm being nice. Steph had said that, Mars retrograde, crazy things happening. So within that time, do you think then that the nightmare that I had last night and everything had something to do possibly with the new moon?
Well, I think it opens us up. I always love to do readings on the full moon and the new moon because it kind of like just opens up your psychic awareness. So I don't think that it was a fake dream or anything like that. I think it was an actual message. And I think it was important that you got that message.
Okay. Well, so, okay. Sorry about that. Took a drink of water. I drank of water. So they're saying,
the things you do.
Yeah, the things I do for thirst. Let's see now. So retrograde will last for 2 months. Oh my God, a long time. Mars retrograde for 6 months in Aries. So I asked, what about in Capricorn? Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn are in Capricorn. Okay, all right. So I'm pretty much safe because other than that, I figured it'd be 10 years? Us poor Capricorns, we get the shaft, man. I'm sorry. We really do. And it sucks. I'm tired of it. I'm going to sit here and whine and cry about it for the rest of the night. Kat says, let's cook a turkey, put up a tree, pass out candy, and call it a year already. Yeah, that's for true. Let's get out of this 2020 stuff, and let's see how bad 2021. 2021, I really feel that now, hopefully, it'll be the zombie apocalypse. Seriously.
Well, I'm actually feeling that it's getting better around Christmas time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think, and I'm not going to say that it's going to be back to normal. I think we have a new normal, but I think it's going to be a little more comfortable, if you will, energy-wise with everything going on. Like, I'm feeling like almost like a sigh of relief.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Other than that, if that does happen your way, that's good. So if people want to buy any kind of swords or big knives or extra bullets and stuff like that, come see me because I'm still waiting on the zombies. What?
No, it's coming. I'm sure. Give it time.
I even bought my Daryl outfit. Let's see.
I see The Walking Dead is in their final season.
I know. And now on my TV, I went and upgraded some channels and stuff, and now I get AMC, so I'm not going to miss it,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy.
I don't have
with that.
TV. So.
Oh, that's right. You don't have. Sometimes I think people are more luckier that they don't have, have that. Okay, we do have another question. First, let's catch up in the room here. Oh, my God, don't say it. Let's see how bad 2021 is. It's going to get better. I really hope so, Kat. I totally agree that it'll be much better coming up. Good. Karen says, I'm hoping that people will find their empathy and their humanity. Bingo.
Yeah.
Karen, Karen is saying, I don't have a TV either. Your place, you're outside, is the best TV in the world. She's got the greatest place. It's awesome up there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I was, when we were up there yesterday, and she had some animal coming from underneath the fence, and the scat, and I know that's gross, but I went to try to look it up on what that is. I can't figure out what it could possibly be. Not even possum or anything.
Chupacabra.
No. She's got big dogs. No. I know for one thing, one of the pregnant whales will give birth when I'm on the island next month. Oh, there you go. Steph and Casey are going to go to the island, Friday Harbor.
Cool.
And there is one of the whales, killer whales, is pregnant. Will she be giving birth when I'm there next month?
Oh, let's take a look.
First part of October.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I see. And it's Tahlequah. I think that's the pronunciation of the thing. Oh, there's Sherry. Let's come right at the end of the show. Thanks, Sherry. LOL. Well, I don't have to say LOL when I'm, Okay.
I don't think you're going to see the birth. You're going to miss it.
You miss it by, it's going to happen before she gets out there or after?
After.
Oh, okay. So after she's there. Well, you might have to stay another week, Steph. Don't worry. I can take care of the dog and the cat. Darn it.
At least you'll see a pregnant whale.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm getting all no's. Oh, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. And, it's, Karen was saying, I wish they would stop calling them killer whales. Me too. I mean, orcas are like the most greatest things. And that brings my question from before and everything. And that is, when it comes to, we know how animals react to new moons and to, certain full moons and stuff, and stuff like that. What about fish? What about whales? What about mammals and stuff? Other mammals that are in the sea?
I'm sure. Well, I'm sure it affects them because think of how the moon with the tides in the water. I mean, they really are they're probably picking up on it even more than we are.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
I mean, I've never studied their movements or what they do during those times, but I'm sure it changes.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is an interesting question from Steph. What does Willow think about reincarnation? And can we come back as a orca, for example?
Well, what I believe is, and I've had those thoughts challenged over the last couple of days of watching some new documentaries, but I'm still going to say that we reincarnate, but only back as human beings. That I do know. Our little meat suits wear out, but our spirits have to keep going back in to learn more lessons of life. And we have to keep this earth going. And hopefully we learn in this lifetime how to help the environment and keep this planet going so that we can heal Gaia and stop killing Gaia.
Right. Meat suits.
Yeah, the human body, our meat suit.
It's just really gross. Okay. All right, so Steve's got a question here. Do you see any major problems from China? That's a very good question, as a matter of fact.
I don't think that China is our problem.
Oh. Do you see the problem?
Mm-hmm. And it's Russia. It's not China.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Steph is saying, but the Native Americans believe if you are good, you'll come back as an orca.
And you should be allowed to have your beliefs. And I think it's a beautiful belief.
Okay.
It's just, in my beliefs, I feel that human spirits are human spirits and animal spirits are animal spirits. And even though I do understand Native traditions, because I lived on 2 Native reserves during my adult years, and my 2 oldest children are part Native. And so I've been in that lifestyle for, many, many years. But I think it's just because of being a medium that I've connected so much with human spirits on the other side. And I see animal spirits and they can be with the humans on the other side, but they're not like, my mom always said that she thought our cat was my father. And I know that my cat was not my father.
Wow.
Yeah, well, my mom was different.
Okay, now, then see, Sherry had asked us, Steph, so not a tree? And Steph said tree would be magnificent also. So a tree, can a person actually come back as a tree? Because that's a living being. Just like animals too, but...
Yeah, I would say not, though when I do pass, I hope to be cremated and planted under a tree.
Yeah, I agree with that. Me too. Cremated, put in one of those pods, and shoved in the earth. And I would want to be, I'm sure you would like to be a willow tree, right?
Actually, I wanted to be a peach tree, and then somebody told me that would be bad. And I don't understand why, but in Santeria, I guess, if you bury somebody under a fruit tree and somebody else eats of that fruit, then they take death upon themselves. And I'm like, well, that's not how I see it.
Really?
Yeah, and so that's their beliefs. See, their beliefs are different too.
Wow.
And I still say put me under a peach tree because they're one of my favorite fruits.
I want to be a cedar tree. I love
cool.
Cedar tree. And Karen up there has the most beautiful cedar tree that kind of watches over her property and stuff.
Oh,
and
nice.
One of the things I suggested to her was to take some of the little boughs and plant them around, which is always a very welcoming thing to do.
Yeah.
Humans do have a long way to go. So we're getting close here. So again, how can people find you?
WillowLamashot.com is my website. It has all of my contact information. I do prefer text if you want to set up an appointment, because sometimes if I'm with a client, of course, I can't answer the phone, but I can always answer your text. You can find me on Awakened Lives on Facebook. Tomorrow night, we're going to do a live stream with my friend Gem Visconti. So we're going to talk about awakening and how we can help guide you on your journey.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, this is the end. And remember, the little quizzes for next week. And, it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Sarge. Thank you, Para X. And stay tuned, because next is Geeks Paranormal.